Hi, I'm Greg from RV Haulers, and right there, that's Nate, and that's Joe from RV Haulers. And right now, we're standing here admiring the RV hauler we've named Ernie. This 2011 Volvo Model 730 is done, finished, ready, almost ready to go out that door. But there's a couple things we want to show our customer. Gosh, we will look over and over and over these trucks, and there's some little things that are kind of bugging us. We want to make sure that even the smallest things are addressed on our Volvos. So please join us for a moment here. I'm going to show you a few things that we would like to bounce off our customer and see if they would like to have addressed. Now, this Volvo is done. It's been fully tested. It's pulled trailers. It's loaded smart cars. We've put some miles on it and we're comfortable that it's ready to go. But before it goes out the door, here's a few little touches we want to make sure we touch on. Thanks.
So let's start right here at the back of the sleeper. One of the things we've started to do as a standard is that incandescent light we think looks kind of cheap. And what we'll also show you is the brackets that hold that light tend to get really rusted very quickly. And although it's kind of behind the fairing here, it's a little bit hidden, you certainly see it. Part of the bracket is visible from the outside. And if I zoom in really close, see how rusted that is? So what we've started to do on our own RV haulers for ourselves is we will replace that bracket with a new one. So here's one that isn't all rusted. And the other thing that we like to do while we're at it is we change the incandescent that's up there, that round one, to a nice flood, like a wide pattern LED light. And let me show you how this looks when we're done. So here outside in another RV hauler, this one's named Vic. And one of the things we do is we also change that little piece that was sticking out there to polished aluminum so it will never rust. And another thing we like to do is just for kind of a sleek look, instead of having the light on the outside, we've been putting them on the inside, and it really doesn't impact the lighting. Now, by the way, this big black box is what I use when I go salmon fishing. So we took Vic. Normally a smart car would go here, but this big black, I call it my garage. It's full of stuff still. But if you look in the back, there's my chest freezer. We brought back lots of fish and salmon from our trip. That's what this black thing is. But if the customer is interested, we would like to propose maybe cleaning up those bars and making the lights look a little tidier. Okay, here we are, we're back. Before I put them on, we tend to place private RV, not for hire decals right there. And some folks don't want anything, so I'm just checking with my customer to make sure that that's okay before we put them on. I'm also going to show you a couple little upgrades we've been doing. So they've been applied to this bed. We've started to install, this is called puck board. It's 1/8 of an inch thick. It's a plastic, really heavy plastic material. And what it's for is when we put the ramps in here, it slides on here really good. It goes all the way right to the back. So they slide. They're easy to pull out, they're easy to slide in, and what it also does is it protects this front edge of the steel of the bed. We've got some PL400 adhesive holding this down, plus we've also started to put in some aluminum rivets. It slides over these aluminum rivets really easy, it's not an issue. But there's an upgrade that we've done on this bed. I'm going to show you another upgrade that we've done to our beds. Specifically, it has to do with the sheaves, or the pulleys, and how the line that is used to winch the car up, how it runs through this sheave. Now, we upgrade all of our winches to have synthetic line. And one of the nice things about this line is that over time, with braided line, you get little steel broken wires that would poke out, and you'd always have to wear gloves when you handle this line. But with synthetic, it's very smooth and there's no risk of hurting your hands. However, there is a drawback to this synthetic line, and that is if you ever get a wear point in this line, or you get a nick or a cut, this line will part
very easily. And we've gotten some feedback from our customers over time that this line with our old design of the winch arm, this line, it does run inside this pulley or this sheave very well. But if it ever bounced, or if you're not paying attention and this line came to the edge of the pulley, we had too much play in between the sheave and the edge of this upright steel. So you'll see we've really changed the design considerably. This is mirrored on the bottom as well, I'll show you. But we no longer have those hooks holding the line in place. We've just gone with a deeper groove, and we've reduced the play in here. So if you look at the pulley, there's very little gap. It just rides smoothly. It is free spooling, but there's no opportunity for this line to get pinched or come down in between the metal and the sheave. What we've also done, just for another safety measure, is I've taken this pin, or we've created this pin that locks in place. And now the line, I'll bring the camera a little bit closer and I'll show you how this works, both top and bottom. Okay, we're looking at the lower sheave and how the line comes off the winch, goes through here, and goes up. Now, another bit of feedback we got is we used to have these fingers that would kind of hold the line in here, but there was a little bit of play. So what we've done differently now is the line goes in the sheave. We take this pin, which runs through, and it does lock on the other side. What's nice about this now is if you ever get slack, it will naturally come back up into the grooves of the sheave. It can't ride, like even if I try to pull as hard as I can off to the side, the line will always naturally come back into the sheave, and it will never get jammed or ride on the edge, or maybe even fall all the way out. We've just found this to be a safer design, and we'd like to. Our goal is we like to get these built, and I'm going to start to send these out to my customers as well. I'm going to call it a warranty upgrade to our product. I think this should be on every one of my RV haulers, and this is going to be coming out to our customers soon. I'll also take a moment to show you an improvement we've made to the interior reliability of all of our storage boxes.
This is the drum box up on the bed, and in the past we used to paint, this is a base plus clear coat paint, the white, paint match to match the truck. But what we've started to do is we've really become enamored. We love this box liner material. This is kind of a rubberized, really tough coating that would normally go in the pickup truck boxes. And we've started to use it on the insides of our doors, on all the shelves, the back wall, the floor, because when we put things in here and they move around, that way they don't scratch and the paint doesn't get compromised. Another bit of feedback we got from our customers was that over time, the rubber bulb seals that we use on our drum box doors, they started to leak a little bit. So what we've done is we went with a really, really thick, it's a super deep, it's like 1 inch deep bulb seal. And let me show you how this works now. So when the door comes into this section, it actually goes right into a groove, so that moisture in order to be able to get inside the door now, has to go past this seal, past the edge of the door that's pushing in here, and then past this seal. So I think we've improved the weather seal on our doors considerably with this thicker bulb seal. If you look at one that's closed, let me show you how that just pushes right in. Go loosen this, open this handle down here. So the door, it's really sealed in there well. The door goes, hopefully you can see this on the camera, it tucks right into kind of a groove in that seal. Another nice feature of the handles that we use, these stainless handles, is that when you close the handle, you need to turn it in order to close it. Now what happens when you push this handle in, we've got a design now so that it actually, watch, when I push this handle in, hopefully you can see it, it sucks, it's hard to see, but it sucks that door even into that bulb seal further. Continuing on our reliability and fighting long-term rust with our beds, we've used the box liner material on the ladders, and we've started to use it even on the insides of our doors, and even these spaces. This is the ladder compartment. It's all box liner inside here, and it's sprayed all the way back there. And we've been doing the same on our storage boxes. We've been treating the insides of the doors and the insides of the boxes with box liner, so it has good corrosion fighting and stands up to being beat up. Also show you an optional design change that we've made to our beds. Now, we used to paint this section, but we've made it an option to bring the box liner down and cover this. We think it looks really sharp, but what it also does is, again, protect us a little bit over time. Now this one's a little dusty from driving down my gravel road, but we have, a lot of my customers will use this as a step. You'll step on there, and the box liner is nice and grippy, you don't slip. And of course we've got this hole in the bed where you can put one of our handles, so it slides in there. My customers have found this is a great place to get up on the bed. We do have the ladder that comes out of that location, but it's just fast. It's a quick way of getting up, and by putting the box liner there, we don't get scratches, and we have nice grip and good looks, I think.
The last time you saw this RV hauler, we were chatting with our customer about 2 upgrades we wanted to make. We have installed a replacement seat in here, so brand new takeoff. And another thing that we did was one of the headlamps was quite hazed and fogged, so we replaced the headlight with a nice new one. One other touch-up that we made, just because it really bothered us, is this is where the shore power, and that plug up there is where the engine heater, the preheater, is plugged into with an extension cord. And these ones, if you look at any Volvo, they're black painted and they rust very quickly as well. So what we do, we just did this automatically, is we put a nice chrome one on there. It's a little bit hidden underneath the sleeper, but when you do look at it from the side, I think it looks a lot better and a lot sharper. Well, there you go. This RV hauler is done. It's ready to pull the largest of fifth wheels on behalf of our customer. Thanks for bearing with me, showing a few of the little nitty-gritty things that we've been doing to improve things. And as always, if you folks that are watching this video, if you have any ideas, please share them with us. When we've got hundreds of folks taking a look at these builds, and if you have any creative ideas or things we can do better, we love to hear. Here's our website on the screen. We really encourage you to please give us a thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribe to our channel if you find these kinds of builds interesting. I'm Greg from RV Haulers. Thanks for watching.